In today's episode, we're going to take a look at SoulCycle and their fall from grace as a recent investigation reveals the fat-shaming, homophobic, sex-scandalous, and racist actions of one of the most soulful brands in all of fitness. Because as the homie Warren Buffett put it, it takes years to build a reputation and only minutes to fucking ruin it. So what's a microgym owner to do to ensure that years of hard work creating a brand isn't instantly ruined by a bunch of sex-thirsty, ego-driven, bigoted trainers? We'll be going over all that and more in episode 11 of the What the Fuck Gym Talk Show. So once again, here we are, just you, me, a bottle of Irish whiskey, and some of the more interesting fuckery that's been happening in the fitness industry. And by the way, kids, if you haven't had this Jameson cold brew yet, ask Santa for this. This shit is delicious. Ooh, I like that. You know, someone in the comments was talking shit because I drink whiskey out of a coffee cup. And, I don't know. All I have to say to that is, eat my dick. All right, let's get into this. So, for those of you not in the know, SoulCycle recently went under fire as a very lengthy article by Business Insider released a full-fledged investigation that probably had the PR team over at SoulCycle drinking a little bit more this holiday season. It's a pretty lengthy article, but I'm going to give you the highlights here. It kicks off in August of 2019, where former CEO Melanie Whalen tells an employee who's about to go on paternity leave as him and his wife have their first child that paternity leave is for pussies. And then a top instructor, Connor Kelly, is flagged for having sex with and sending dick pics to multiple clients, many of whom were married. The article cited this became problematic because people's spouses started to complain. No shit. Really? That's weird. I thought that was just the high level of customer service that SoulCycle provided. But maybe that also explains why my ex-wife liked going there so much. Oh, what the f... Additionally, Connor Kelly made himself a very easy target after calling an African-American coworker who was wearing a bandana as she finished up a class, Aunt Jemima. Yes, that Aunt Jemima. And then homophobic accusations came to light after celebrity instructor Lori Cole was found making comments referencing the hiring of gay instructors, and I quote, "Well, they better not hire a bunch of twinks to work here. I'm not 100% up on my gay lingo, but I'm pretty sure twink is a bad thing." Cole also had a notorious reputation for relocating the ugly people in her group classes. She would regularly take ugly people, fatties, and pregnant women and move them to the back of the class so that the prettier riders could ride up front. It's like some fucked up white privilege version of Rosa Parks. Then another soul-filled gem, Mike Press, one of their revered celebrity instructors, had been accused of pressuring riders into sexual acts, but the complaints from the victims were left completely unanswered because the higher-ups at SoulCycle Corporate labeled him a money maker and a billboard for the brand. Now, the article goes on and on with all these fun little factoids that shed light on the trainer popularity model that SoulCycle deployed that obviously got away from them. These trainers were treated like gods because their classes brought in the most revenue. They would get luxurious housing and apartments paid for by the company, renting them exotic cars and other materialistic bullshit that could easily give anybody a god complex. But all this celebrity, treatment, and material shit aside, are any of these actions honestly surprising anybody? Is there anyone that is so fucking naive to think that a company as large as SoulCycle doesn't have skeletons in their closet? Hell, I worked at a shitty Globo gym where the GM would bang sales associates in our rented H2 Hummer out in the parking lot during his lunch break. All this scandal that came to light about SoulCycle is simply par for the course for these fitness industry conglomerates. And this is just the kind of silly bullshit that goes on everywhere in every industry. Like seriously, every company at some point or another has done some shit or said some shit that we wouldn't want made public. And I'm not making excuses for them. I just want to level the playing field and give a real practical viewpoint on this. But let's go ahead and take it down to the microgym level and see what we can learn from this situation. Now, SoulCycle found themselves in this position because they use a trainer popularity compensation plan. And the customers started viewing the instructors as bigger than the brand. If you're not familiar with that compensation model, let me break it down for you. Trainers are compensated based on the attendance they have in class. There's essentially different revenue tiers that you hit based on how many seats you fill up. This allows the more charismatic and entertaining instructors to make some serious cash. And at SoulCycle specifically, this could equate to taking home over $1,500 per sold out class. But here's the rub. The more popular the instructor gets, the more diluted the customer's attachment to the larger brand becomes. Are they going to SoulCycle because they're loyal to SoulCycle? Or are they going to Connor Kelly's class because his class comes with free dick pics and the sickest EDM drops during sprints? If SoulCycle came to me and they're like, Stu, how would you help fix our corrupt compensation plan? Here's what I'd recommend. This is something I've installed in hundreds of microgyms, and I think it could work for yours too if you're looking for some variety in the way you compensate your coaches, but you don't want a complete giant monster on your hands like what happened with SoulCycle. Simply put, we compensate instructors based on retention, not attendance or sales. Each instructor would be provided a cohort of current customers. Not necessarily those customers that religiously attend their specific classes, but a nice melting pot that would force the instructor to engage with customers outside of their specific class times and make connections with the people that they don't see as often. This way, instructors couldn't pay favorites to certain clients. Now let me just break down the math for you for a second. So let's say your microgym has 300 clients and you have 4 main trainers, and you're going to give each one of those trainers 75 clients in each of their cohorts. That means they're responsible for 75 unique customers. Now let's go ahead and say that each of those customers is worth $200 on average to the business. That would mean that each individual cohort brings in $15,000, and on this hypothetical compensation plan, ownership is going to grant a 5% commission on everyone that is retained within that cohort per month. Now, let it be known that $15,000 is total monthly revenue. It is the monthly membership dues. It's the apparel. It's the retail. It's any of the additional services. Anything they buy is considered commissionable within the total monthly revenue of their cohort. So each of these instructors would make an additional $750 per month based on this compensation plan. And I just pulled this one out of my ass as an example for you guys, but this could be 5%. It could be 9%. It could be 110 clients. It could be 30 clients. You can custom tailor this however you need for your business based on your variables to create your own, what I call, retention-based compensation plan. Now, with this model, the instructor is incentivized to ensure retention. Regardless if the people in their cohort attend their specific class, they're going to be more likely to encourage those members in their cohort to attend other classes and upgrade their membership, buy retail when it drops, purchase additional services, maybe like personal training or nutrition coaching. And with this model, their performance pay is based on the customer staying loyal to the brand, not obsessively loyal to one specific instructor. If customers cancel out of a trainer's cohort, they make less money. You can even set specific retention goals where they make certain percentages if they hit 98% retention, a less of a percentage if they hit 95% retention, so on and so forth. And as new customers come on board, management can evenly distribute them around to all the different trainers. Think of it like a hostess, seating all the patrons during a shift evenly to all the different servers. Essentially, instructors become client success managers. They check in with their cohort when they haven't been coming to class. They call them on their birthday and on special occasions. And then they curate their own personal social media so that their cohort knows when there's specials and promotions going on, when there's referral opportunities so they can bring their friends, and all the other happenings and awesome things that are going on within the gym. Now slap my retention-based compensation model on top of a regular salary or hourly pay, and you can easily see how a trainer can make a very significant living, while all the while ensuring that the customers stay loyal to your brand. So did SoulCycle's compensation plan work? Sure, plenty of studios have been doing it that exact way for years with success. But as we've seen, it can turn on you very quickly. But the reason I like my retention-based compensation model is because it can be tailored to any size microgym. And if you're ever interested in installing this specifically for your company, hit me up and I'll be more than happy to book a call with you so we can get this ironed out specifically for the numbers in your business. That's all I've got for you today, guys. I hope you found this helpful. If you've got any questions, post them up down below. And until I see you in the next episode, have a good fucking day.